All right, Con, I have a new segment for you. We teased this on our Twitch stream during our Raw review the other night, and you got actually giddy for this. Are you ready?
I'm excited. This is like a really freaking cool idea that we have here. Can you tell the people at home what we're about to do?
Absolutely, man. So I'm absolutely stealing this idea from I'm pretty Bleacher Report. I don't know who it was from, but I'm completely stealing this idea. And I've seen a lot of wrestling creators do tier ranking, but they do it with the images there.
Right.
This concept is ranking blind. So we don't know what we're ranking, who we're ranking. We only know the category. Oh, he's got the yeet glasses on.
Oh, let's go, man. I'm going to yeet all over the place. I'm so excited, dude.
So the concept is I have 10 envelopes here. I have not seen anything in these envelopes. All I have seen is the titles, and they've been done nicely by MrTeshk. She cut them all up for us.
MrTeshk! we've
Straight Shoot has hired MrTeshk. But yeah, so I have 10 envelopes with 10 categories. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the opportunity to pick a number, okay? And I will count from top to bottom, whatever the number is, and we will do top 10 blind react. And you and I have to agree on each spot for each person.
We have to agree?
We have to agree. So say we're doing...
Oh, okay. All right. That'll be interesting.
To give you one more little idea and facet on how this works, if we're doing the top 10 WrestleManias, okay? Top 10 WrestleManias, and it might not actually be the top 10 Manias that are ranked. It could just be 10 WrestleManias. You and I have to agree. In the spot it goes, and at the end you and I also get one swap each. So say you say WrestleMania 40 Night 2 is the best WrestleMania of all time, and I think it's WrestleMania 17, and I want to switch it. I'm switching it, and that's where it stays.
Okay. And I can't say Jack. All right, I like it.
And then
vice
versa.
This thing, and it's in the form of a pyramid.
Yes,
correct?
We're going to be doing it in a pyramid. So top of the pyramid to the bottom, okay? And it'll be
one. So very top all the way to the bottom, 4 different categories, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Let's go.
4 different tiers. All right, Con, pick a number between 1 and 10.
You know what? I just threw this up right there, and it's one of the most famous images in pro wrestling. So let's go number 4.
We're going number 4. All right. So number 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be an easy one, but a very aggressive one as well. We have the top 10 wrestlers.
Oh my God.
This does not now this I don't know if this is top 10 wrestlers according to whatever. This could just be top 10 people. Or this could be just 10 people.
10 random people in there, and we just have to blindly rank these wrestlers.
Listen, Zach Gowen might be in here. All right.
Jesus. All right. He's going right to the top.
All right, guys, and we're gonna get started. I am going to open the envelope, and I'm gonna pick out one at a time.
All right, let's do it.
First person out of the envelope is... Oh, we're starting off hot. It is the Viper, Randy Orton.
Okay, this is like an all-time great. We are talking about one of the most recognizable pro wrestlers in WWE history. He could eventually break the all-time record for world titles. Like, dude, am I starting off too strong? Thinking this might be at the top of the pyramid for these names?
It depends. We don't know because we don't know who else is in the envelopes. Like, I agree with you with everything you just said.
But like, I feel like there might be somebody else there. You know, they might throw in a sneaky Stone Cold or something like that.
You might have a Stone Cold. You might have a Undertaker. You might have a Triple H. You might have a Cena. You might have anyone. So I want to be conservative personally. Randy, for me, if I'm going to make a top 4 of anything, I think Randy's close, but I don't think he's Rushmore yet.
Okay.
But as of the recording of this video, I am going to leave him just outside, and I'm going to put Randy at 5.
Okay, you're going to put him at number 5.
Oh, you got Randy at 1.
Well, hold up. I was thinking out loud. I think there's still some people who could be ahead here in this envelope. I think we've got one or two more people that are going to be ahead of Orton. So I'm gonna say number 3 here.
Number 3?
Yep. So want to go in the middle? Number 4?
I think we should meet in the middle. Number 4 for Randy. So
all right. Number 4 for Randy Orton. This could be it could be an underrated pick right here.
This could be an underrated pick. We could. I like that we started off conservative, but it could go crazy here. So, all right. The next one is. Oh no! Why? Eddie Guerrero.
Well, I know where you're going with this. You're gonna go high up there. He's your all-time favorite.
Yeah, he's my all-time favorite, but I also think when you look at the total package of everything Eddie brought to the business, and a lot of wrestlers and people that work for WWE have said this as well, Eddie was the total package. He had the in-ring capability, he had the ability to be a sports entertainer, he was a locker room leader, and just an overall good person. So when you put the total package, Eddie was it. So I want to put him at 1, but I'm going to be nice. I'm going to put him at 2.
See, and here's the thing. I can't put him ahead of Randy here. Like, when we talk about the total package, Randy Orton is the total package. When we talk about accolades, Randy Orton has all the accolades. And Eddie, we lost him way too soon. But one-time WWE champion, versus Randy Orton, who could be in contention for the all-time great, all-time leader in championship wins. So I got to go lower than that. And we have Randy at 4. So I have to throw Eddie at 5. I got to put Eddie down here at 5. Now we got to agree, which is the tough part here.
I'm going to do this. Eddie is probably going to be my switch. I'm just saying that now. So we can either do this. We can either put Randy or Eddie at 5. And God forbid we get someone that you are adamant is number 1. I don't want to put Eddie at number 1.
Yeah, I don't either. So let's put him at 5 and let's see what MrTeshk will do with the switch.
All right, perfect. So Eddie at number 5. Eddie at number 5.
Next name
out of the envelope is, I'm trying to make sure I don't grab 2 at once. Is
drum roll. Oh,
Cena.
GOAT status. And I know, and here's the awesome part about this is that we actually have to agree, and we're probably so far apart with this right here. You're probably going 10. You're going to put him right down at the bottom.
No, I just don't want to put him ahead of Randy.
Okay. All right. Well, I got to put him ahead of Randy.
That's a valid argument.
It is a valid argument. Very, very valid argument. I got to put him ahead of Randy. He's okay. So if I think of amongst all of the greatest of all times, right? Cena is up there, but we mentioned a couple other names like Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, and personal favorite wise is Shawn Michaels, so he would also be up there for me. And now if I start throwing Cena way up there, if I'm going number 2 with John Cena, I risk maybe Undertaker having to be at 3 or God forbid Rock have to be down here at 6 or something like that.
I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I other way around. If Triple H is in here, if Taker's in here, if Stone Cold is in there, I literally can't put Cena ahead of those guys.
All right, so I'm going to say 3. I'm going to go number 3 for Cena here.
I can't do it.
I know. Where are you putting him?
6.
6. So we got 4 and 5 taken.
Yep.
Crap. All right, you gave me the Eddie one at 5. I'll be kind. I can't believe I'm putting Cena at 6. Good Lord.
I'll be honest. If the next couple of these are Joe Hendry, Booker T, and Sami Zayn,
you don't believe?
But I'll absolutely switch Cena to a higher ranking. Respectfully, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll put Cena
I'm holding you to that.
Okay. I'll put Cena at 2 or 3 if the rest of these are stupid.
Okay.
We might have pulled the top 3 so far.
Well, let's find out.
All right. And the next one is the dead man himself, The Undertaker.
Okay. All right. Is it safe to say when we talk about all of the wrestlers that have ever come through the business, is Undertaker the most recognizable?
I think if we look at longevity and the same character for so long, but being able to reinvent himself, yes. I think there's only maybe Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, like we're talking Hulk and Undertaker. Like if we were to Busted Open had a great conversation about what would the silhouette be of a professional wrestler if they had to go in that direction. A lot of people were saying, you know, like the Slammy Awards, like the overhead body press would be one. But if you used a silhouette of a character, it'd be either Hulk Hogan doing his pose or it'd be Undertaker with the hat. Like that's absolutely. That's what I think of when I think of pro wrestling. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, the bald head, that silhouette, sure, that as well. But like Undertaker has got to be up here. And dude, do we have our number one?
I don't think so.
Gonna throw number two?
I'll go two.
Okay, I'll go two. I'll agree with two.
I'll go two for Taker just because I do think both of us have a fair assessment of where he is in value in professional wrestling. It's like, do you really want to throw number one away in the top four?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I guess. Okay, we're playing conservative here. All right, I like it. Right. We're laying up as opposed to going for the green. Okay, works for me.
Oh my God. On the next one. Woo! The Nature Boy.
Oh, shoot.
Flair.
Okay, here we are talking about the all-time greats, and we didn't mention Flair outside of his record. How did we not mention him?
Dude, this is going to get stressful right now.
Okay, because like Jesus, when we talk about some of the most influential pro wrestlers,
yes,
Flair is up. Flair might be the guy. Like here's the thing. Again, Hogan and like
I know, but I got to argue this. It depends. Are we talking all-time wrestlers? Because then we have to look at superstar Eddie Graham. We have to look at you like Ric Flair, Hogan. We have to look at Andre. We have to look at Bruno Sammartino. Okay, like now a lot of the people that we've had so far are strictly WWE guys.
True. This is a guy from outside.
This is an outside guy. Ric Flair, everyone forgets. Yes, Ric Flair was in WWE, but on the tail end of his career. Okay. Ric Flair's career was 70s and 80s in the territories, NWA and WCW.
Well said.
So are we looking at greatest wrestler of all time, or are we talking greatest professional wrestler superstar of all time? I'm going to argue this. Flair, sadly, because it's not fully WWE, does not go ahead of Randy, doesn't go ahead of Cena. That hurts me to say.
That is... Can I have your wrestling fan card? You okay handing it over here? I can't agree with that. He's okay. Flair's got to be 3. Okay, I'll put him behind Undertaker because of everything that we just said. I'll put him ahead of Randy though because of the accolades that he's. If we've talked about accolades, he does have more accolades than Randy Orton. He is more influential than Randy Orton. However, that could be argued in maybe a decade from now. You know, Randy Orton probably will become more influential than Ric Flair eventually, but. I'm going to go number 3, and I think I need you to come up here to 3 with me.
I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3. I'm just saying, like, again, my whole thing is it's not a WWE guy at this point. We're talking just overall wrestling. Like if Bruno's in this envelope, we have to put Bruno at number 1. Like that's the worst part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, like because we can't just take up number 1 right now because there's still a few people that could definitely go in that slot.
All right.
All right. Who's next?
Oh, God. The cerebral assassin, Triple H.
Okay. So now we have to start thinking. We just gave a whole bunch of things and parameters for what we're making this list around. But now we got to start to take a look at like what they have done for the business on top of their in-ring career. And Triple H is... He is making WWE, in my opinion, the best it has ever been. I'm
going to make this easy for you. I'm putting him at number 1.
Okay. Because of everything that we have talked about, I think I can agree with that right now. We might have to make a switch. We will see.
We might have to make a switch, but if you look at longevity, what he did in his career, what he's done in the business,
he has the accolades as well, championship wise,
accolades,
yeah,
and how he is just a mind for the business. I don't see.
And how many, actually, you know what? This is a really good point. How many people can say that they were there before the rise of the Attitude Era, through the Attitude Era, through the Ruthless Aggression Era, through the PG Era, through the reality era that we're in, and now booking this eventual change back to the Netflix era? We're literally in the Hunter Hearst Helmsley era, like the Triple H era.
This isn't me saying just because I'm so over on Triple H and what he's doing for the business now, and how you and I are able to make our livings because he is doing such a good job, and we can talk about so many things like this video. By the way, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the bell on for all notifications. But no, right back to that though. I don't see how we can't put him out of the top 5.
No, he can't be out of the top 5. He deserves to be top 5, and we have 2 taken up, we have 3 taken up, we have 4 taken up, and we have 5 taken up. So yeah, 6. You know what? Let's throw Daddy Trips at the very top of the pyramid.
Okay, Triple H is on top. Daddy's always on top. Jesus Christ.
What did he say?
Leave it alone. I'm not even hitting my button on that one. All right, the next one out of the envelope.
Oh no.
Somebody decided to just choose violence, whoever made this. The Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh God, we got... What numbers do we have left? We haven't put anybody at the bottom of the pyramid yet, have we?
7, 8, 9, 10. We have 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my God. No.
This is horrendous.
Oh, this is
now,
so...
Okay, let me start this off. If it wasn't for the Attitude Era, WWE, I don't think would be where it is today.
Okay.
And I don't think it would have survived through the late 90s into the 2000s. And the figurehead for that is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Correct.
But people need to remember Austin's career was really only like 8-10 years on top, maybe 8. He's got some great accolades. He had some of the greatest feuds. He's got probably the #1 selling shirt of literally all time, because they still use 316 for every city they go to. They just put the city name on it. So he's still merch and helped carry the product, kind of like John Cena did through the Ruthless Aggression Era, where it needed someone to put the business on its back. But really, Austin was only around for like this amount of time.
Right. I get where you're going. Yeah.
I will accept the argument that still he's one of the greatest of all time. But again, we go back to how we've actually started to work this pyramid out. Austin and the accolades and the longevity and what they've done for the business, it was only that much time.
Right. Okay. That's a fair point. I think we put a couple people too high here early on. He should have been top 5, and I'm struggling putting him here at 7. And so when I'm looking forward to my one switch, this guy might have to be who I'm switching. So yeah, okay. Let's throw Stone Cold at 7 here. This feels like an injustice to the Rattlesnake, but
it is an absolute injustice.
I think I might know my switch here in the future.
All right. Next one out of the envelope. Oh, you're gonna hurt on this one. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
My heart just broke that I got to put him at 8. Oh no! Oh, but like, so this is my Eddie here, you know, in many ways, and which is wild to say because I'm Canadian and I I probably should hate Shawn Michaels, but I don't. I love him. He's got me blocked on Twitter though, and I don't know why. Why did you, Shawn? I love you. Why'd you block me on Twitter? Anyways, I digress. You know what? Because of that, because you blocked me on Twitter, actually, 8. All right, Shawn, you're at 8. No, I can't. It hurts.
Dude, I'm struggling with this right now because I love Shawn. I grew up as a Shawn Michaels guy. Like, I didn't like Brett, Canadian boy. I was a Shawn Michaels guy. Okay. The hardest thing for this here is I'm looking at this pyramid right now, and I'm like, dude, they've made this envelope like the top of the top.
Yeah, they have.
So did we pull the 8 top guys and the 2 jokes are coming next? Or is there people that are ahead of Shawn Michaels?
Oh, there might be people that are ahead. Like, we're still missing a few key names here.
Dude, I got to put Shawn at 9.
Okay. All right. You know what? Because of everything that you just said here, and when I really start going down, like, Shawn Michaels is one of the most influential pro wrestlers of all time. But we've got some really big names on this list right now. Yeah. Some really, really influential. Like, when you when everybody says like, what wrestler do they think of? I don't think people say Shawn Michaels.
No.
You know, like I think he's further down their list. They'll start rattling off names and they'll be like, oh yeah, and Shawn Michaels. But like, I do think that he falls down further on that list as a whole. So you know what? I'll agree with you here at 9. He is my all-time personal favorite. Yep. But for when we look at this list here, I got to be fair. I do think he is further down. So I'll go with you at 9 there.
Yeah, I think my final point on this is, yes, he's done so much positive for the developmental now, but he had so many asterisks so early on in his career, and like he was out for such a long time that it's almost like broken up great feuds that Shawn had.
Yep.
But was it a longevity of a career and accolades that we've spoken about?
Yeah, I say he makes all that back when he came back. You know, like, yes, that gap in between certainly it plays into it. But like when he came back, the fact that he was producing the quality of matches he was for as long as he was, Shawn definitely deserves his flowers, no doubt about it. And also kind of like the Triple H effect, where he's, you know, taking over NXT and building the next generation of wrestlers. It's great to see. So, but yeah, Shawn Michaels 9. Let's get the next one here. We got two more people.
We got 2 more, and this one is, they went off on this. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is criminal, but I will put The Rock ahead of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, it's got to be 8.
Because I think, and I'll just say this, I've gone on record saying this before, that The Rock had a great wrestling career. The final boss run is something to be actually studied, but what The Rock has done for the business outside of the business, I think, is more important than the accolades and the feuds and the wrestling that he did for the business when he was around in the Attitude Era in the early 2000s.
Yep.
I genuinely believe if it wasn't for The Rock, we would not be in the situation we're in with TKO and Endeavor. And again, if it wasn't for him, we might not be enjoying what we're enjoying now.
I would agree that a lot of the hype this year came from The Rock's return, and the morph into the final boss and the pivot away from Rock and Roman into what we eventually got at WrestleMania 40. It was a magical year, and honestly, probably going to be remembered as one of the greatest years in pro wrestling. And that first half is very much attributed to The Rock coming back.
Absolutely. So I guess we can both agree that we can't put him at 10. We have
can't
to put
him at
8.
10. We got to put him at 8. He should be higher.
Perfect. All right. So we've got The Rock, and we only have the number 10 spot available, and we have 1 left.
Oh my God. If this is Hulk Hogan, he stays there. All right,
dude. It's kind of funny because it's a short name.
Uh-oh.
So it is. It's Kurt Angle.
Oh, that hurts to put him at 10, but like, you know, with our list that we've got here, it's probably pretty close.
I can comfortably put Kurt at 10 on this list.
Yeah, I think I can too. Like, this is a good name to draw last year. No disrespect to Kurt, the pride of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but like, when you look at this list, we've got, I mean, Kurt is great. He's one of the best all time in the ring, and I would say if he had his run from TNA, in WWE with these wrestlers, I think he would be much higher on the list for a lot of people. But because we only saw what he could do in TNA, like to the full extent, and we didn't get those all-time feuds at that level with everybody in WWE at the time, I'd say I'd drop him down to 10 here. Yeah,
I can comfortably say the same. Kurt's TNA run for me was a lot more enjoyable than his WWE run. There's no arguing moving him any. I think arguably if I pulled him, like he would have been on the bottom 4 early if we had pulled his name early.
I think so too. We would have gone down lower there. Okay, so run through the list here. What do we have?
Currently from 10 to 1.
Okay.
We have Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Austin 316, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero, Randy Orton, Ric Flair at 3, Taker at 2, Triple H at 1. I'm not moving number 1.
I think I can, with all of the reasoning that we put behind it, I think I can confidently say Triple H belongs at number 1 for his impact on the business and just memorable wrestler. He's a lot of people's favorite wrestler of all time. He's been there for so much. I'm okay leaving him at number 1 as well. I don't think I need to switch Triple H.
Okay, so how about this? because I think this should be a fair assessment. Do you have a coin? Do you have a coin?
You know what? I can pull up the what's it called?
Coin flip app?
Yeah, the coin flip. Let me just pull this up here on my screen.
All right. If you can do a coin flip, then we can decide who goes first on their switch.
All right. We've got this here. Boom. Okay. So coin flip. Let's go. We're going to flip. So what do you want? You want heads or tails?
I'll take heads.
All right. Here we go. And it is tails. So I get to move first. Okay.
So you get to, well, you can defer if you want, because what if I move somebody that you...
Oh, you know what? Actually, yes, I am going to defer because I have a feeling what my boy over here is going to do. Let's see if I'm right.
Okay. I am going to completely shift what you think I'm going to do.
Okay.
I am moving Stone Cold to 5, and I'm moving Eddie to 7.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's still criminal that Austin is on the lowest rank, like on the 4th row. But we talked about longevity. We talked about accolades and what they did for the business. Sadly, if Eddie was around 5 extra years and passed away, say in 2010, I would have been more comfortable with Eddie in the position he's in ahead of Austin. But because we lost Eddie so soon and he was really only a 7-year run and everyone loved him from like 2002 to 2005, I got to move Austin into the 5th spot and Eddie down to 7.
All right. I've got one that's going to completely shake this up as well. All right. I do not like The Rock being down here at 8. I cannot stand this. The idea that Rock is all the way down here with his impact on the business. I feel like that's what we're talking about here is overall impact on the business as a whole, whether it be for a few short years or longevity or outside of the business, just whatever makes pro wrestling feel bigger. And this is going to rub a lot of the people the wrong way, but I'm moving Rock from 8. Ric Flair was at 3, right?
3.
I'm swapping Rock and Ric Flair. Ric Flair get down to 8. Rock get up to number 3. The final boss. This guy was so good for so long. And yeah, it's going to be a tough one for some people to take a look at this and see Stone Cold and The Rock not be flipped, I would say. I think a lot of people will still put Stone Cold ahead of The Rock. But what you said about how long he was around in the business and you know, what this final boss run coming back, this is just... WrestleMania 40 is going to go down as one of the most memorable, if not the all-time greatest WrestleMania. Those 8 minutes at the end of WrestleMania 40 is the greatest 8 minutes in WWE TV history. And it's all centered around, don't get me wrong, Roman, just as big a part of it. Cody, just as big a part of it. But The Rock coming back opened up all those doors to bring in The Undertaker, to bring in John Cena, to just have the Avengers assemble to take out the bloodline. And I got to bring Rocky all the way up. As much as I'm a Cody crybaby, I got to bring him up. Number 3, Ric Flair down at number 8.
Con, I think that was an amazing way to finish that off. So I'm going to close it out. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want us to do more of these blind rankings, what I need you guys to do is go down to the comments. And the number 1 voted... How did you want to do this, Con?
So if you guys go down to the comments, just leave a number 1 through... How many envelopes do we have?
We have 9 left, 1 through 9.
We have 9. So 1 through 9. Type a number in the comments and leave an upvote on any comment that you agree with. And the comment with the most upvotes will be the envelope that we pick next. So 1 through 9 in the comments, just leave a comment. And then if you guys have any thoughts on the video as well, just drop them here, because we are always interested in new ideas for content on the Straight Shoot channel.
Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the bell on for all notifications. And like always, be good people.